Okay, here's question 23 on the non-calculator foundation paper. Read the question first. Here are the ingredients needed to make 12 shortcakes. So the ingredients for 12 shortcakes, here they are: 50 grams of sugar, 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of flour, and 10 ml of milk. Liz needs to make some shortcakes, uses 25 milliliters of milk. How many shortcakes does she make? Well, this question often comes in different ways, right? But this time they've told you how many milliliters of milk she uses. Now, to make 12, you need 10 milliliters of milk, but she uses 25 milliliters of milk. Now, you need to think about the multiplier. What is the multiplier? What am I timesing 10 by to make 25? So, in other words, what is 25 divided by 10? And in this case, 25 divided by 10 is 2.5. That's my multiplier. That's how many times you've times up all of the ingredients to make whatever she's or whatever quantity of shortcakes she's making. So she's actually making 2.5, 2.5 times 12 shortcakes. 2.5 times 12, well, 2 times 12 is 24. A half times 12, or a half of 12, is 6. So she's making 30 shortcakes altogether. 30 shortcakes altogether. There are many other ways you could do this question. If you could say that if she uses 25 milliliters of milk, well, that's 25 is 10 and 10 and 5. For 10 shortcakes, she makes 12. So for 10 milliliters, she makes 12 shortcakes. For another 10, she makes 12 shortcakes. And if she had 5, which would be half of this, she'd make half as many shortcakes, which is 6. Add these together, and that gets you to the 30 shortcakes as well. So there are many ways in which you could do it. That is just two possible ways, and it's not shortcakes, it's short, shortcakes that she makes. Okay, pretty straightforward that question is. Make sure you get all the marks. Going on to part B. Okay, in part B, the question says Robert has these ingredients here: 500 grams of sugar, 1,000 grams of butter, 1,000 grams of flour, and 500 milliliters of milk. Work out the greatest number of shortcakes that Robert could make. So you want to work out the greatest number of shortcakes that he could make. But what you need to do is look at these ingredients that he has, the ingredients that you need to make 12 shortcakes, right? And try to see if you could work out how many he could make altogether, the greatest number he could make altogether. So if I start at the top, 500 grams of sugar. Well, if he had 50 grams of sugar, he could make 12 shortcakes. So with 500 grams of sugar, right, that's 10 times as much as the ingredients you need for 12. So he could make 120 shortcakes if he had that much sugar. 1,000 grams of butter. Well, 200 grams of butter is how much you need for 12 shortcakes. For 1,000, now 1,000 is 5 lots of 200, so that's 5 times as much, 5 times as much as you can make with these ingredients. 5 times 12 is 60, so you can make 60 shortcakes with that. Same with the other one, 1,000 grams of flour. Now, if he had 200 grams of flour, he could make 12 shortcakes. 1,000 is 5 times 200, 5 times 12, because 12 is how many shortcakes he could make with 200. 5 times 12, again, is 60. That's the same as the last one. And with regard to the milk, he needs 10 milliliters of milk to make 12 shortcakes. Now, how many times does 10 go into 500? 50 times. So 50 times 12 is, well, 5 times 12 is 60. Add on an extra 0. With that much milk, 500 milliliters of milk, he has enough ingredients there to make 600 shortcakes. So, these are the number of shortcakes he could make with these ingredients, right? With each of the ingredients. The question says, what's the greatest number of shortcakes that Robert could make with all of these ingredients? Well, the most he could make, if he had all of these ingredients together, is he has enough to make 60 shortcakes. He could definitely make 60 shortcakes with the butter and the flour, right? And he has more than enough ingredients to make 60 shortcakes with the amount of sugar he has and with the amount of milk he has. So the answer to this is Robert can make 60 shortcakes with these ingredients. Now, you need to break down that question, think about it, definitely read it a couple of times, and think about how I went up stages.